Um,
Say goodbye to Oscars So White.
Maybe. Depends on what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, some people are saying that, have you heard of the controversy surrounding this film regarding Nate Parker?
Why? What happened?
Well, allegedly, a while ago, he was a rapist, and
Oh,
so
really?
people kind of think that that might be hurting the movie's Oscar contention. I
You mean
real
what? He did rape somebody? He actually did?
Maybe
Oh, he was
we
accused, you
yeah
mean?
we
He was
we
accused.
yeah we don't know, and
I hope not, but even if.
I really hope that it doesn't hurt the film's potential for Oscar contention
So, do you think
because
it deserves
you know
all the praise
whether
it's getting?
um well, from critics, yeah, I was actually quite surprised at how low the IMDb ratings are, though.
Oh,
It's
really?
only at like a 5.2, and I think some people might have just been rating it based on the controversy without even seeing the movie.
Could be.
You know, whatever the facts
So,
are,
did he star in it too? He directed,
yeah,
written,
he
and starred?
directed, starred, produced, and wrote it. Yeah,
Wow, that's just like, that must be tiring.
yeah, yeah. So whatever the facts regarding the controversy are, it really can't be denied. He's made one of the most important films this year.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I did
I
too.
thought it was. Though, I'm still haven't decided if I thought it was as good as 12 Years a Slave yet, but this is definitely this year's
Mm,
12 Years a Slave where I was pretty invested throughout the entire film. There wasn't any
yeah,
point where I was bored and I was just like, I want to go home. There was no moment where I was like that. I was pretty invested, and I wanted to see what happened next through the entire film. Even though it took a while for the revolt to happen, and the revolt was kind of short, but it was still, it was still fine. I still felt the way it was good.
yeah. So yeah, it's got fantastic direction and acting, as well as the sound too. The sound mixing is great,
Though
and also the music.
Yeah. Well, the music was okay. I did find it a little melodramatic in some points where the music would make it a little too sappy for
Mm,
me. For me, anyways. Just because I like music fine. It's just sometimes when they do too much, oh, it just gets kind of it just I don't know. It just gets a
mm,
little sappy to me. But other than that, I had no problem otherwise. That was just a nitpick really.
yeah,
Other than that, it did
I
not ruin the experience.
yeah. I only kind of thought that that maybe sometimes there's kind of some heavy-handed symbolism, like he has a vision of like an ear of corn bleeding,
Yeah. Also,
stuff
another
like
thing,
that.
I did not know David S. Goyer was executive producer for this movie.
Hmm.
I did not see that, and neither I think Edward Zinwick as well too, the director of upcoming Jack Reacher and Last Samurai and stuff, and
Hmm.
Pawn Sacrifice too. I think I saw his name in the producers, or maybe it's something. Maybe he has the same name, but I thought I saw his name. I was pretty sure I saw his name in the credits. But yeah, this has a lot of good actors besides Nate Parker, who also directs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It also has Armie Hammer, who does a pretty good job here, and Jackie Earle Haley too, who I didn't actually know was in this movie,
Hmm.
or at least I might have learned and I forgot. but
Yeah.
everyone, even the minor people, were really good, and this was a really interesting film, and it showed that I just and it showed that he, even though his revolt failed, it still it still
Yeah.
paved the way for all this stuff. Like the ending, there was a thing at the end that was really cool, kind of showing how it paved the way or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, showing how well, actually more telling if you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like the ending title cards.
Well, no, they
But
showed because the ending title cards were just like, oh, he died or something, and they wanted to stop a legacy. I was talking about
oh
the
yeah, they wanted to.
because there's that
Yeah,
one part where it showed like the kid, then it switched to the Civil War. That's how they showed that. That was because all the stuff at the end was just saying what happened to him, that he was killed or that he was they went after he was died. They decomposed his body and hoping to stop a legacy, but of course it didn't do anything.
yeah. Well, here's what really made this such an emotional experience. This isn't just a story about whites versus blacks during the Civil War. This is a movie about two groups of people who both believe that they're fighting for like the same principles from the Bible,
Yeah.
and yeah, that just
Mm-hmm.
that just really got to me, and that song that played near the end, the song's titled "Strange Fruit," and it opens with the line "Trees bearing strange fruit."
Yeah.
Wow,
And also they
because
wanted to chop
the
not chop the branches, they wanted to chop the root of the tree.
yeah.
A lot of tree symbolism in there.
Oh yeah, you know the Bible verse that says a good tree will bear good fruit, and a bad tree will bear bad fruit.
Well,
And so,
I've never read the Bible, so I don't really know. I mean,
okay,
I know
well,
some lines, but that line I don't know.
yeah, well, basically the Bible says you'll know them by their fruits, and of course, in this case, the strange fruit refers to the slave owners who claim that who claim to be Christian, and look at all the good fruit that they're bearing. And of course, even today, the Ku Klux Klan, they claim to be Protestant.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that Ku Klux Klan at all. I just know that they kill people or whatever. They're nuts.
Yeah.
But this is
Well, at least they did. I don't think they still do.
well, those are, I think they're still around. They're just a little different or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not as, but yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, I know
That's what the
still
movie
around,
Imperium was about. It was about because that was loosely, it was inspired by a true story.
Yeah.
The movie I told you about, Daniel Radcliffe, that got a lot of backlash from people who thought it was like, it was saying that all Republicans are evil. No, there was like, even though there was like no mention, it was just about the KKK and neo Nazis.
Yeah. The thing I find very odd about the Klan, what is it with them torching crosses? I mean, doesn't that seem kind of sacrilegious?
Well, it's just, I guess it's just so you can see the cross or something. I'm not exactly sure.
Maybe.
There's like a really funny joke in My Name is Earl where the guy's trying to prove to his girlfriend that he's done with golf, so he burns a golf cart, and it kind of looks like a burnt cross. So this one black neighbor's like, "Is that a cross you're burning?" Like he thinks they're KKK members, so they knock it down. Then when the girlfriend actually sees it, it's like I'm showing my all dirty love by burning these. It's like, by burning swastikas on my hair? It looks like a swastika. So it's just like, but it's.
Speaking of the Klan, you may know that this movie shares the title with the film from 101 years ago.
So isn't it different?
What?
Isn't it a bit different though?
It's completely different. The original is post Civil War, and it's about how the
story. Not the story. The title, isn't it like the birth?
No, it's exactly the same, word for word.
Oh, I thought the original was just Birth of a Nation, not The Birth of a Nation.
No, it was the.
No.
And so, I actually do think that the title is very well used here and very well earned.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only is it kind of an ironic sense, but it actually does work in the context of the movie. It's the beginning of like an uprising that is started by this preacher and slave. And
yep. Sorry, I'm just looking at the. Okay, so.
Yeah.
But because we have another movie.
One moment that I think was very realistic is after well, kind of spoilers here. After Nat Turner, I gotta say it is a little confusing that Nate Parker plays Nat Turner. It's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
After he kills Armie Hammer's character, after killing him, he goes outside and throws up. That I felt was very realistic because
that was his first kill too. Yeah, because when people first kill somebody, it's never just like, I killed somebody, and they just go to the store or something. It's usually something like that, where they either throw up or they're just like freaked out that they killed somebody. It's never usually like you never saw the Cinema Snob movie. There's a part where at the end there's a killer who's been killing all these people, so at the end he's forced to kill the guy, and he's like, I just killed a man. He's not just like, oh, okay, he's dead, and just walks off, because no one does that. No one, when they first kill somebody, it's never you never just go, oh well, well that's over with or something. Yeah. It can be really traumatizing to a person when they first kill somebody.
Yeah.
And Jackie Earle Haley was really good in this. He was just evil.
Yeah.
And there was some really brutal stuff in this too.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any, but
yeah,
it was pretty brutal though.
Yeah. I kind of think that Nate Parker did probably get some inspiration from like Passion of the Christ. During the credits, there's the director would like to thank these people, and one of them is Mel Gibson.
Really?
Yeah, it does kind of have a similar vibe to The Passion. And also among that list was Spike Lee. And Spike Lee was one of those directors who, saw the original Birth of a Nation and thought, okay, now we really got to make our own movies and show people what black life is really like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's made some. I've seen
Yeah.
some of Spike Lee's films. Like I saw Inside Man.
You seen
He
Do the
got
Right Thing?
no, not yet. Have you?
I have. I took a class that studied Spike Lee's movies.
I saw He Got Game.
Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
that one too?
No,
Or
no, I didn't actually.
which ones did you see?
I saw Do the Right Thing, um, Bamboozled. Bamboozled's a good one. There's Jungle Fever, and School Days.
I know my mom saw Jungle
She's
Fever.
Got a Habit, and Malcolm X. Yeah.
But yeah, the only ones I've seen is like He Got Game, Inside Man. Then there's another one, but I can't. Oh yeah, his Old Boy remake, which was awful. His that one was just like, and that was one that had a mainly white cast. I was surprised he did that. The Old Boy was like the only. I don't even know why he wanted to do that because the original Korean Old Boy is like considered a classic, like a revenge film. So like I was just like, why the heck would he want to make a remake out of that? But yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but I thought this was a good movie. I don't really know.
I thought it was very good.
I don't know if I really have anything else to say though. I don't.
Uh,
I just really liked it, and I don't really have much to say about. I guess I like the visuals and stuff and
yeah,
acting.
it's very well photographed, very well directed and acted. Um,
This is
yeah,
definitely one of
so
the best films of the year for me. One of them.
yeah, I agree. I really hope it doesn't miss Oscar contention just because of that controversy.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Which
bummed that we
it's
saw this first. This would have been a much better because I'm hoping Middle School doesn't suck because that would have been because then that
well,
would have just because if it because we're about to see Middle School and I hope that one doesn't suck because then it would be a bad way to leave the day
yeah,
of
well,
watching movies.
it's got a 62%. I would have made Birth of a Nation second because I do try to get the ones that I believe are going to be the better for last. But
Yeah, that's why I was
it didn't
surprised.
work because of all the show times.
Yeah,
I tried to arrange the show times so that we got like the time in between that we need, which
yeah.
we actually don't have that much time left.
Well,
But
it's like it doesn't. Well, oh, I looked. It said the movie starts at 7:05, right?
7:05,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have
So we
time, and we're just right there.
a
We can
little,
just
yeah,
walk right there.
yeah,
So
sure.
it's really not a problem. So we can just.
Yeah.
That's because I'm not trying to wrap this up. I don't really have much to say anymore. I think I've already said basically. I
And
mean, there's nothing really to say except that it's just really good, has really good direction, acting, and
yeah.
and music. The music's good too. It's just I felt there was some times where it was a little sappy at times, but it was the very small didn't bug me. Doesn't actually bother my whole overall thing. It's just I just want to. It's just my only. If I had a flaw with it, that would be my only thing. And it wasn't too
So
long. It was only like an hour and some. It was only almost 2 hours.
it was just under 2 hours.
So it wasn't too. So it wasn't. It never felt too long. Like even 12. But even though except for 12 Years a Slave was like about a bit extended 2 hours, and that felt a lot shorter than I felt it was. That was a
Hmm.
really interesting film. 12 Years a Slave. I remember sitting through that. Like it felt even though it was through longer. I just remember sitting through that just like it was over fast. Like I was like, oh
Hmm.
man, I was kind of bummed when it was over actually.
Yeah.
Even though it has a lot of torture and stuff in
Yeah.
it, I'm still kind of.
One thing that I actually really liked about 12 Years a Slave is that you don't have a sense of how time is going by. I mean, other the because with this guy in the when he gets sold into slavery, actually he doesn't even get sold, does he? He just gets abducted, and so I like that there's no indication of how of like when all of this is happening within that 12 years because he probably has no idea how time is going by either. And then when he gets sent back, all his children are suddenly grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always kind of a bummer. Like you leave, your kids are little children. It's like yay, but then you come back. It's like I don't know how to deal with it. They're adults now.
Yeah.
But it's.
So what's your grade?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to give Birth of a Nation an A. How is it that Hollywood is better at making faith-based movies than the Christian film industry is?
Yeah, I know
That keeps happening.
This it was kind of faith based, but it was more
Sort
about
of, yeah.
it was just more about people's rights. Other like, but it did have a religious thing. But yeah, definitely. Except for Heaven. Miracles from Heaven was a Hollywood film, and you said that was you didn't like that one so much.
Kind of what? Well, yeah, I think it had
It was more
TriStar
mainstream.
behind it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a mainstream thing.
yeah,
It was
true.
very mainstream. So, but it was, but yeah, this was very interesting. But yeah, I do agree that I think that it's just the problem with because this movie, even though it has a lot of religious stuff in it, you can still see it as something else. That's what I think is the best.
Yeah.
If you want to have religious tones, you need to have it in a way that someone else can identify with it or something like that. You need to have something like that. But a lot of religious films don't have that. It's just they're most of them are just trying to preach to you that God is good. It's like that, and that you should follow him or something stupid, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
So but for a dumb reason that most people wouldn't agree with. Like this, most people would. I'm pretty sure most people would agree with this, that people don't deserve to be slaves. So that's a good one. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A2. I think it definitely deserves the A. And just a little talk. We're only gonna talk a little bit about trailers because there's only I think there's only one that you.
There's only one new one that I saw. So you got Fences and Get Out.
Yeah, Fences looks really good. That's a new Denzel Washington directs it and stars in it. It looks really good. I don't really exactly know what the story is though, because it's one of those. Basically, the trailer is he's talking to his son, and it's one of those trailers, that it's kind of like I don't know if you ever saw the trailer to I'm trying to think of a trailer the main trailer I think of is like a Serious Man. It's kind of like a trailer to the Coen Brothers movie Serious Man, and I forgot the other one it reminds me of. But yeah, it's one of those trailers that just it's really good. It's a really good trailer. And Get Out is the new horror film written and directed by Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Looks really it's basically about this couple. They're basically a mixed race couple, and he's going to go meet his girlfriend's parents who live in the South or whatever. And I guess also her mother is also like a psychotherapist, hypnotist. And there's like some stuff with that, and they only have like a couple black people on African Americans on their staff, and I guess they're being hypnotized or something because a lot of freaky stuff happens. I might show you the trailer some later. But it looks really creepy. It actually looks really good. And it's also, of course, produced by Jason Blum, of course. Yeah. But it looks really good and really creepy. It just looks kind of really creepy because it looks like she's going to hypnotize the guy too, and it looks interesting.
I think that's out in February, right?
Get Out.
Yeah.
And Fences also looks really good. And then what was the one that you saw?
The one was Jackie.
That looks good.
Yeah, I think that's about Jacqueline Kennedy, the wife of JFK. I think that's what it's about because Natalie Portman in this movie definitely has a lot of resemblance to her. Yeah, I think so. And we do see
It was the pink suit that kind of got me.
And there was like a coffin with an American flag over it.
And other stuff, yeah.
So I guess it's about like her moving on after her husband's death, because she did get married again after that. Her like a third last name was Onassis.
Here, just give me. I'm gonna use our good friend Google and look it up. But you can just. What you want to say something more about it? You can go ahead. That way, the people watching aren't bored watching me just watching us look.
Yeah. I actually do remember picking up a book about first ladies from the library once. They had like their entire name, including their like maiden name and then second last name, and of course their middle name too. So, I think her full name then is Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis.
A grieving Jacqueline Kennedy, Natalie Portman examines her husband's.
So it is about her.
Oh,
that's December 2nd.
Oh yeah.
Peter Sarsgaard is in it.
Yeah, Peter, yeah, I saw him. Yeah, he's also. What else is he gonna be? Oh no, I was thinking of another movie.
It's produced by Darren Aronofsky.
Oh yeah, it is.
That reminds me. When I watched the credits, the song "Strange Fruit" is performed by Nina. God, I can't remember her last name, but I think it's the same woman who performs the song "Mercy Is" from Darren Aronofsky's Noah.
Oh really?
Sounded pretty similar.
Whoops. Sorry, I accidentally called up Siri.
Yeah. Okay, so.
All right.
Okay, so let's get on to worst years of my life then.
It might be the worst. Who knows? It might be the worst movie, one of the worst movies of our life. Maybe. Mm-hmm. We don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. I'm hoping it won't be too bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have better jokes than I look at my butt or something. Whatever the joke was. That was bad.
Yeah.
I know. Just I do want to mention one funny thing from this movie. There was a moment. I don't know why it made me laugh so much. Was when when Nate meets his wife, and then she's all cleaned up, and because she's basically a birthday present or a gift to, what's his name's sister. I just thought the way she reacted when she saw her, the Cherry, her name was, like, it's like, it kind of reminds me, when you give like someone a present, it's just like, it's just kind of weird, like, yeah, give your loved ones a gift of a slave. It just seemed like, I'm so glad slavery is not around, because that would probably be a commercial. I don't know why I just thought of that.
Mhm.
How better to tell your loved one you love them than with a slave.
Good night, everybody.